Okay, guys, I am thoroughly excited because this is the first top list, top 10, top 5, top 20, whatever list that I haven't done one of these in quite some time. And due to popular demand, I've been tasked with trying to put together a top 10 list of some of the most valuable Lincoln Shield scents from 2010, which is the first date where the U.S. Mint went with this new revised reverse, um, all the way up to the current date, guys, all the way up to 2022. So, what I did was I went back, I looked at old auction archives and things like that, and I didn't really have to dig too deep. Um, what's pretty crazy is that based off of the information that you're going to be seeing here today on this video, we are on the precipice of all of a sudden a kind of like resurgence, maybe not resurgence, because these coins were never hot to begin with. Registry set people that were collecting high graded examples of these weren't really looking at them 12, 13 years ago. But think of it as kind of a renaissance, so to speak. You know, the next wave of coins that these high-end registry set participants are beginning to target. And I think 2022 has been kind of that date that's going to be etched in history because a lot of the big sales have occurred in the last 12 months, and we're going to take a look at that. I mean, this thing is stacked, and when I saw some of these completed sales, I was quite astonished, to be absolutely honest with you, and I think you guys will be too. Hard to believe that these coins that are currently out in circulation are worth this kind of money. Now, of course, you know, there's a little bit of disclaimer, a little caveat that I have to throw in here so that way you guys understand. Grading brings with it an element of risk that is on par to gambling. You guys have to be absolutely 100% careful if you're going to try and get into grading Lincoln cents. Specifically, this very short range era from 2010 all the way up to the current date. Now, as of today, we're just a few days beyond New Year's. We haven't seen brand new 2023 Lincoln cents out in circulation yet. So that's going to be coming, and you guys will know exactly why people look forward to the brand new Lincoln Shield cents every single year. And a lot of it has to do with the information that you're going to see here today. So again, continuing on with that disclaimer, okay, it provides an element of risk that, you know, may not be something you want to do. Consider the cost of sending these coins out for grading. It's a cost anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks per coin to get it graded. And there's no guarantee that you're going to pop out at the highest grade level of some of the coins that you send out. Take it from someone who lost a lot of money doing this. This is something that you should not risk at all, okay? Unless you have extra money to fritter away, you know, just to kind of test things out, don't do this. A lot of the coins that you're going to see on this list, these coins were being found in BU rolls. They're being found in mint sets. So, you know, the highest quality examples that you could find, especially on some of the older dates, are going to come from those resources. You can't necessarily go out, look through rolls of Lincoln cents and find a coin that looks to your eyes perfect in every way and a great candidate to send off to PCGS. Again, it's highly risky. It's like gambling. So proceed at your own caution, at your own risk. So all of these sales that we're going to look at for the top 10 lists all have come from great collections. It seems to be that is the auction house where a lot of these are beginning to filter on through. We're not seeing them anywhere else. We might see the occasional sale on eBay, all right, but it's been very sporadic and it's not nearly as deep as what you're going to find on Great Collections. Great Collections, by the way, is one of the big auction houses that typically sells some of these modern high-end coins that are tailored specifically for registry sets. These are the coins that are being fed into that, and that's a big reason why that, you know, some of these coins from the last 10 years are selling for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. So with each and every single coin that I'm going to talk about today, it's going to be accompanied by the grade, it's going to be accompanied by the dollar amount in which it's sold at, the date, and the number of bids that it took to get to that amount. And also all the prices that are highlighted in this video all include that buyer's premium. So I wanted to at least throw that out there. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You know, you guys know me in my top 10s. I always have to throw in a honorable mention in the list. And today's honorable mention in this list is going to be this 2010 Denver Lincoln Shield. The first year, right out of the gate, past the 2009 kind of commemorative series of Lincoln cents. There was 4 coins that were released in 2009. And then, bam, 2010, first date. People thought that the old memorial design reverse was coming back. No, the U.S. Mint kind of threw everyone for a loop and went old school. And they went with this kind of like old Civil War style shield design. 2010 was the first year of that. So there were Philadelphia and Denver Mint coins. The Philadelphia coins did not feature a physical mint mark under the date that Denver's did. So this particular coin right here ended up graded PCGS Mint State 67 red. And I could tell you with certainty that this is probably one of the most difficult dates to grade out of the entire series of shield cents. The quality was abysmal. It was, quite frankly, just a slap in the face. These things were horrible. And that says a lot because it's the first brand new rendition of the Lincoln cent with a new reverse. And the Mint just didn't do it as clean and well executed as a lot of people thought it would. So this one right here ended up selling for $1,406.25. It's sold on, actually, this is a really recent sale, December 25th, Christmas Day, 2022, with 17 bids. So, yeah, I mean, this is our honorable mention coin here. This is the first date of the shield cent, or the shield reverse design on this coin. Again, every single coin on the list is going toward some sort of registry set and nothing else. No one in their right mind would invest in a coin like this as a type piece or something to invest in, because if more coins end up coming out graded by PCGS that are going to be at this grade level, that's just going to further erode the value of any of the previous coins that were graded. So that's why it's not investable. So now we're going to get into the actual meat of the top 10 order here. Number 10 is going to feature a 2018 Lincoln Shield. This is quite a clean, very fantastic looking example. This is kind of like that low bar. This is what you would need to find. Some of the things that you'll notice on this coin is the lack of any distracting marks in the fields, which is the flat area around the design and the devices and the letters and the numbers and things like that. Not to mention just the overall cleanliness of the relief, the design on the coin. This is gonna be a pretty tall order if you're going to try this out. You have to be extremely discerning in your grading ability. You need that 10 to 20 times power magnifier. That's going to be important. Heck, you might even invest in a microscope, a digital USB microscope, if you're going to get into doing something like this. This coin right here ended up as a PCGS Mint State 68 red. That's a 68, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a few tiny little marks on the coin, and that's why it's a 68. This example sold for $1,451. $2.25 with 29 bids. And this one sold November 14th, 2021. So again, another relatively recent sale, just over a year old, right in the heart of the pandemic and when collectibles were being bought up at a much higher level price-wise than they were the previous year or the year before that. So here's the number 9 coin on the list, and this time it's a 2014 Lincoln Shield. Now, I'm going to tell you what, this is one of a couple of the variety that made serious headlines in just the last week. You guys had heard me talk about the double-to-die obverse FS101 variety that is found on 2014 Lincolns. It's the only FS numbered or Cherry Picker's Guide attributed variety within the Lincoln Shield Scent series as of right now. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I've said before, keep an eye out on some of the other big varieties in the series, like the 2015 DDR number, 5 or 6 or whatever that is. Those are going to be prime for being included in the Cherry Picker's Guide in the future. Keep this one coin in mind. It's 2014. This is the model, or going to be the model, of all of those future varieties that are going to be attributed by Bill Favaz and the other teams of experts of the series. So this one right here is that double-to-die obverse FS101. This one is not the highest grade. It's Mint State 66 full red by PCGS. And again, another relatively early sale. All right, I say early, but really it's not even 2 years old. This one sold for $1,472.62 with 52 bids. This one was pretty active. This one sold on October 31st, 2021. The number 8 coin on the list, another different date that we haven't seen yet on the list, is going to be this 2013 Lincoln Shield. Another relatively clean example. This one is quite tough because it is indeed one of the earlier dates of the Shield series, and as I've prefaced before, these early kind of like the first 4 to 5 years of the Shield scents were dog meat in terms of quality. So finding one that looks like this, which by the way looks extremely clean, this is extremely difficult. And again, you have to tread lightly if you're going to go out and try and attempt to grade any of the new coins. Because even the coins of today, from 2022 and 23, man, we're seeing all the same issues. Small planchet nicks, small bag nicks, these white unsightly spots from the rinsing agents they used. So this one right here, another tough one. This one ended up graded as 1 point close to being perfect, a Mint State 69 red. You guys have a full screened example of what a Mint State 69 red looks like to PCGS's eyes. So use this coin by all means in this video as a reference for you, some of you that are brave enough to tackle this. So where did this one end up at in this grade level? Because it's the highest graded piece that we've seen up to this point. Well, this one sold for $1,518.75 with 15 bids. However, it's one of the oldest ones on the list. If this coin was sold today, it would certainly sell for a lot more money. This one was from June 2nd, 2019. It's not the oldest on the list. We do have one or two other examples that are a little bit older than this one. But again, keep in mind the date, because these things are getting very active. Number 7 on the list, we have one of the newest ones, if not the newest one on the list. It's a 2019 Denver Lincoln Shield. Another fantastic, very clean example. Again, keep an eye out for this particular coin, specifically, based off of the quality. Some of the little lines that you see on the coin are actually on the slab and not on the coin. I just wanted to make that clear. And this particular example right here, another Mint State 69 red. Again, one point away from perfect. This one ended up selling for $1,631. with 31 bids, and it sold August 2nd, 2020. Again, if this coin was sold today, it would probably be in that $2,000 to $3,000 range because the market has just come up quite a bit. We're seeing the registry set coins really get up there in value. And I have another great example coming up here of just the difference of what a few years make in terms of one coin in the same grade to one that just sold recently. All right, we're almost to the halfway point, guys. Number 6, we have another doubled die obverse FS101 2014 Lincoln Shield set. Now, a lot of the big doubling, and this is like a great example to look at the doubling, even though I don't have a close-up for you. The date and Liberty shows all of like the best doubling on this coin. Keep in mind, these coins are being produced during the single squeeze press era, so there's a lot of Class 8 and Class 9 doubled dies that are coming from this particular era of strike, when it comes to doubled dies. So keep that in mind. But again, take a look at this coin. Very nice example. Is this a 69? Because we did see a 66 to kick off the show. No, 67. Now keep an eye out for this because this grade does look very familiar. However, this particular example ended up selling back in 2018, July 15th, 2018 to be exact, for $1,687.50 with one bid. So that was the starting price that Great Collections had put up on this coin, and someone actually put a bid in to own it. All right, we are officially halfway through the list. Here's number 5, and we have another, yet again, 2010 Denver Lincoln Shield set. Now, here's where this one differs to the first one that we saw that made the honorable mention slot. This one actually came from a mint set, and 2010, if I'm not mistaken, is the final date in which the U.S. Mint used specially prepared dies to create the mint set coins, and therefore these things got what they call a satin strike designation. I mean, you could tell the difference between this coin and the previous coin. I mean, the details are very well struck. The coin exhibits a very matte, very silky, satiny finish to it that you're not going to see on any other coin on the list. So this was pulled out of a mint set, which had satin strikes, again, produced from completely different dies than what the regular business strikes were. This one even has a different designation, SP69, so Special Strike 69 full red. Even says satin finish right on the holder. Again, in spite of all this, I mean, this thing is pretty close to being a perfect 70. This one right here is sold on June 6th, 2021, so about a year and a half ago, for $1,730.25, and that's with 12 bids. So this is kind of like that one outlier in the list where, it really did come from a mint set. Number 4 on the list, we have the 2018 Denver. So this is the second newest coin on the list. This particular example, pretty clean by all accounts. I would say there's nothing really too distracting to make this one not grade high. This particular example, again, another Mint State 69 red. Now, the only difference maker in this one is that this was one of the first coins that was sent to PCGS a few years ago after its release, and it was able to establish a first strike designation right on the holder. There's a certain period of time after the coin comes out that you could send a coin to PCGS. I think it's 30 days. It might be a little bit less than that. I know sometimes the rules change on this a little bit. But yeah, within that first month or so of when a coin comes out, you can get and earn a first strike designation. So again, this is something that's a little bit more unique. Didn't necessarily add a ton of value onto it. Not bad. This is actually another relatively recent sale. This one sold on November 29th, 2022, so just outside of a month old. This one sold for $2,418.75 with 25 bids. All right, we're down to our top three here, and wow, 2014 Denver. This is a clean-looking coin here. Again, it falls within that range of very difficult to find coins from the first 5 years of the release of the Shield Cent Reverse. This one, throw that in there. Both Philadelphia and Denver's both suffered from the same kind of issues that were coming from the mint in terms of planchette quality and things like that. The rinsing white spots were all over these back then as well. This one right here, another near perfect 69 red. This one is a consummate registry set piece, and this one sold May 20th, 2018 for $3,116.25. This is the oldest auction or listing out of the 11 coins I'm showing you today. This one had 44 bids to get up to the amount. Again, if this coin was sold today, because it's still a top pop and there is so very few of them in existence, maybe one or two, this would be like a $5,000 to $6,000 coin, if not higher, because of the era in which this one came from. Again, the crummy planchette quality and all that stuff attributed to very low pop numbers of this coin. All right, number two, this is a coin that you guys are very familiar with, but very important because we had just looked at another 2014 Lincoln Shield Cent with the double to die obverse FS101. That was actually coin number 6 on the list that sold in 2018 for nearly $1,700. This is the one that all of a sudden just jumped right up. I mean, there hasn't been another sale of this coin in mid-state 67 in over 4 years, or close to 4 years, as a matter of fact. Not quite 4 years, but this thing has fallen off the map, and this is one of those cases, where a coin had once sold during its non-prime, I guess, period of time, but now we are in the thick of, just a really burgeoning registry set market that we're sitting in right now. So a coin that once sold for $1,687, now all of a sudden is worth $9,000? Are you kidding me? This one sold for $9,030.38 with 29 bids New Year's Day a few days ago. This is a brand new, fresh 2023 sale, but it is not the highest price item on the list. All right, the last one, the number one coin, is reserved for the 2015 Lincoln Shield that you see here before you. This coin is pretty immaculate. It's not a perfect 70, which is crazy to think that this coin right here would beat out the double to die obverse, which up till now has been one of the big trophy pieces to find out there. It's a lonely Philadelphia minted 2015. This one, guys, is a 68. Top pop grade. Another tough date, again, from that first 5-year date range where the quality was really not all that great. A 68 is a huge grade for this one. I think it's still a pop 1 if I'm not mistaken. This was also one of the big sales, big auction sales from 2022. This one sold February 13th, so a day before Valentine's Day. Someone was really hearting this one, 2022, for $9,954, and that's with 25 bids. Man, that thing was so close to $10,000. I'm sure if you added like insurance and shipping, this thing would eclipse 10K. So let's just call it what it is. $10,000 Lincoln Shield Cent, the first 5-figure coin of this generation of Lincoln Cents that nobody really cares about, right? Nobody cares about Lincoln Shield Cents. So there you go. They're not worth it. Oh, think again. This one sold for almost $10,000. So that's a number one coin, guys, and that's why I wanted to furnish for you. Again, a few people had asked me, well, what's the most expensive Shield Cents have sold up to this point? I'm like, aha, let me do some research, and I'll get back to you. Again, lots of props to Great Collections for selling a lot of these. And the pictures are, bar none, some of the best, and that's what they do. If you have coins to consign, Great Collections is one of the biggest and baddest on the planet. And if you have those big pieces that you're ready to move on from, maybe it was handed down to you, I mean, you couldn't find a better place than GC. Also, they got great pieces to buy over there. If you're looking for a trophy for your collection, go for it. They are tops in my book. But that's going to go ahead and do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Some pretty stunning results all around from top to bottom. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. It was a pleasure. Thank you guys for allowing me to provide this video for you today. So, happy hunting. Again, be careful. All right, this is not for everyone. You can lose a lot of money if you're not careful. But you can see the rewards are certainly in the stratosphere on these coins, and they're brand new. So, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. And Coinaholics, we're discovering together.